Hello everyone, and you're watching lecture series on PostgreSQL, and the current topic for this lecture is drop database in the PostgreSQL using SQL Shell, and we'll do also pgAdmin. This is lecture number 5 given by myself, Shanaz Malik, and let's move. Before I move further, I'd like to remind all of you are watching Data Analytics Professionals. And to do this task, we just need to go to our start menu and find out SQL Shell there. I've shown you how to do it in previous lectures, and let's start from there. And I would like to remind all of you the commands which I run here on Windows 10 should work on Mac OS as well. So before I proceed, I would like to caution you regarding this command is a very dangerous command, and in real world scenario we don't do these things unless and until we have extremely important case, and our seniors after we generally don't do it. In real world scenario, database is backed up at various locations, so that in case something happens to database you can retrieve it. But what I would like to say, once we execute this drop database and name of the database, that database is gone. It's like if you have a book, or if you have a paper record, you just burn it. If you burn it, you can't retrieve it. Same thing is with this command. You have to be responsible. Please do not execute this command on a real world scenario, and unless and until you're being instructed to do so for some strong reasons. But even if you have to delete any database, there should be a backup database. Okay, so, and in real world scenario, as I said, we don't do these things as this is dangerous, and but the command is there if you need to do so. I strongly recommend you, if you are dropping any database, you should back it up in case you need it, in case you need it again. But in our case, we have just created a database. It has no information. It doesn't hold information about anybody. It doesn't hold information about any company. So we can try our database, which we have created in previous lecture, unless and until you don't have any important information. If you have any important information, please do back it up. So be accountable, and let's move on. So to do it, I'm going to go first and pick my favorite here, and I'm going to say server localhost. I'm going to say enter, database Postgres, enter. I'm going to port is enter, username same, enter, and password. So I'm going to connect basically first with my database. So here I am in the Postgres, and let's see how many database I have. I have shown you the command \l should work for all of us. Let's make it full. Okay, now you see I have 1 2 3 4 5 6 databases. Okay, 6 rows. So dap Postgres, template 0, template 1, test, and test 1. So what I'm going to do here, I'll show you how to drop the test 1. Okay, so for that I'm going to write a command drop database, and we have dot database, and I'm going to write test1. Okay, so I'm going to drop this database. So as I said, you have to be cautious, and you should know what you're doing and be responsible. Okay, drop database test1, and let's execute it and drop database. So it's done. You see, I clicked it and it's done. 1 second. So if we now check whatever was there, if you see, I had 6 and I had this test1, and after I give this drop database command test1, it's gone. It's only 5 rows. There's no test1. So anything what was inside that is gone once forever. So this was the way how we do it using SQL Shell, and let me show you now using maybe there are beginners who would like to use it using pgAdmin. So for that, you go into start menu, find your pgAdmin. If it's not there, all you need to do is search for pgAdmin and it will come, and you click. Once you click, and it might ask you for a password, which is a super user password. You give that password and you should land on here. I don't get that message because I have saved it to save some time. And then, for example, I'm on here. You remember I had test and test one. This is why I created two additional. I still have DAP, which we will use for our future tasks and future exercises. And but I'm going to show you here. For example, once you are in your pgAdmin, you have servers. I have one server. Then you open Postgres, you click on that. You might have PostgreSQL 11 or 10 or maybe even lower versions. That doesn't matter, as long as you're following my lectures. You should be good to go. Then I have three databases. I click on that. I have DAP, which I need. I have Postgres, which is default one, and I have created this test one as well. And if I right click on it, I get many options, and I get one option is delete drop. Okay, here is delete, and right click on the database. Again, this database is again, at initial stage I have just created. There's nothing inside it. I can show you even, if you go into schemas and you go into tables, is nothing. So happy to delete it to show you this exercise. So right click on here and we go into delete. So are you sure you want to drop database test? Once you are sure, once you understand what you are doing, and if you really need to do it, then you are responsible, and I say okay. It's gone. You see, it's so quick. Burning paper takes a lot of time. Okay, you might have few seconds to save that, but here it's gone. You do it, you know what you are doing, and you are responsible for what you are doing. So in real world scenario, I suggest to take advice from seniors. If you really have to do it, it should be backed up. I will show you all those things, how we back up databases, and and why it's necessary. We'll talk more about it in the future lecture, but this is what it is. And now if you see, I have only two databases and I have still DAP. So if in your case you have deleted the database which we have created, just recreate it. And to recreate a database, you can follow the previous lecture. You can find how to create a database using SQL Shell or pgAdmin, and you can redo that task so that you have a database on what we will work in our future lectures. Okay, so saying so, I think we have reached to a point where I could say you please subscribe if you haven't subscribed until now, and please hit the notification bell so that you get notified as soon as I upload new videos, in case you haven't done it until now. And I hope to see all of you in next video. It's time to say thank you all for watching Data Analytics Professionals. Remember, sharing this video is caring for me, caring for yourself, and caring for all other worlds who need this information. I was told long back that while share, you actually, it doesn't get less in you, but by sharing, you remember, if you share something good with somebody else, and somebody else will share something good with you. We do good, it returns back to us. So with that to say, time to say goodbye and stay blessed.